Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the Dream Team. And for those of you that are watching this afterwards, welcome as well. Hi, Nick. How are you?
Hi everybody. I'm fantastic. That's just what I'm going to keep telling myself because that seems to work for me.
I know it does. It really helps to lift the vibration, I find. So just even, and people almost look at you and go, "Oh, that's awesome." When they ask you if you're on a shop or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
So yeah, hi Christine. Nice to see you on. And Christine's had a dream recall. I'm impressed. Lovely one. That's awesome. So, and Jasper wants to say hello to everybody as well today. So Lady Hawk's on. Hi, Lady Hawk. We've got a great dream you sent in for us to decode today, which I'm excited about. So, yeah, just want to know, how's everyone feeling? What's been going on for you guys on an emotional level, on a mental level, heart level, whatever? How have people been feeling? So, Nick, how have you been?
I've sort of felt that I've been in a nice integration pause state.
Yeah.
Still things going on, of course, but there's a sense of I don't even know if calm's the right word. I think it's more about just taking a breath, a big long breath all week, and allowing what's coming into my reality just to unfold. Yeah, we've had a lot of there's always interesting things going on in the real world out there, well, whatever it is to some people, and very easy to get triggered each time, and I have friends that like to stir me, to trigger me, to see, and it's like, yeah, go ahead, see if I can test myself. And I always end up laughing at myself and going, yes, I got sucked in, sorry, I'll come back now to being more about me and less about what's everything that people are trying to tell me that's going on out there. So yeah, just trying to be at peace with myself.
Yeah.
The more we learn about who we are, the more we understand what's going on around us.
I totally agree with you. And I was thinking that yesterday. I was just out doing a little bit of shopping, and I was just going, "Oh, I've just got this sense of peace that's there." And I went, you can't pay for this stuff. This is just, and it was just this inner peace, and my mental plane was quiet, and I was open and in the flow. And I just thought, oh, like you said, it felt like I was taking that beautiful big breath, and that space in between the breathing in and the breathing out. It was, yeah, it was lovely. So I don't know how everyone else has been. So, and tired. A lot of people have been saying they've been tired as well. Hi, Kathleen. Oh, so Lady Hawk, you've not been well. Just releasing, just detoxing. Yeah, it's all good. Just nurture yourself. So, and do you want to read what Christine?
Christine. Hi, Christine. So tired and lots of releasing with some hypno, timeline therapy Friday. Taking time to integrate and ground. Yeah, exactly. Integrate. Yeah.
It's exactly right. And, and I feel it's nice to actually have that step back. So, because I had a big week. I had, two of my friends' funerals or celebration of life, whatever. They were very different to each other. But for me, it felt like this beautiful closure for something that had been going on for a while. And it was just like, and because to me, remember, I did have that dream. Well, as I was going into sleep last week before that energy healing, the words came to me, and I knew it was either my divine self or whatever, that there is no death. And that wasn't what was my issue. My issue was what had been happening around the situation. And now I feel like it's, thank you, it's done. It's like being able to let go. So, yeah, and so it's just amazing. But wow. So should we start with Christine's live, and then I'll go on to Lady Hawks, because Lady Hawks is a little bit more involved. So shall we pop up Christine's dream?
Yeah, let's
see where it goes from here.
Okay, so Christine saying that waves were washing. Is that not the start of it? Yes. Okay. Okay, I'm excited. I actually had a tiny fragment of dream recall during the week. It was gold chunks of real gold all over the beach. I was viewing from a very low to ground view, only seeing sand, waves washing gently over the gold on the beach. A male hand tried to pick up a large chunk deeper in the sand, but couldn't quite get it. And that's it. Well, I packed in a lot for a fragment.
That's amazing. And Christine, before we do anything, can you pop in the comments, if you're still on, what your actual analysis or feeling or thoughts were around the message for you from this? Because that's a stunning dream, my love. So pop that. I'm going to give you a couple of minutes to pop it in. Just a couple of words if you want to, whatever. So, and we've got my beautiful friend Tanya. She's dropping in and out because she's at work. Yay. Hello, gorgeous one. So, yeah, so look, dreams like Christine's, to me, they're quite powerful. And it was interesting because the topic, I got the hit today, the topic is around spirituality. So I'm so pleased you've put this up because there's more to it than actually meets the eye. So, and Angel's on. Hi, Angel. Laurie.
Hi. Thank you for coming on last week. It was brilliant.
So nice now because I can actually picture a face and do have that real connection. So if you want to come on, guys, if you've got a dream, you want to bring it on. You don't even have to have your face on, but it'd be so nice just to have your voice and your energy and your resonance here. So don't be shy. It's so simple. You just click on a link and you're in, and we can take you in and out anytime. So it's easy peasy. So yeah, so I'm just wondering if Christine's had a chance to pop anything in yet, because I think it's really important that we actually really start to get our gold nuggets, literally, out of our dreams. So let's have a look. Christine, thank you. Do you want to read that one?
Oh, Christine's local. I really wasn't sure. I'm on the Gold Coast now. Am I meant to stay here? This is my goal. Or a man coming in is my goal. I'm not sure. It didn't have a strong sense of meaning.
Yeah, but it was great you're actually already throwing out those ideas and perspectives, because something will sit right with you. And but if anyone else has some ideas on that as well, throw them in, guys, because this is where we learn. This is where we start to associate those symbols or, that symbology and archetype with the dream. And we then, our divine self, can use that for us. So actually, let's start. So do you want to start?
Me?
Yeah.
Sometimes I think we're just in a big group here. It's funny, the whole gold consciousness thing is the Christ consciousness. And for some reason, as we always know, there's synchronicities. And I haven't worn gold on as jewelry for years. And because I've been going through a lot of my mum's stuff and I'm sort of trying to amalgamate things, I've discovered that I've had some gold jewelry sitting there that I was given first as a very young child and then by my mother, so my grandmother and mother. And I'm thinking, I was just compelled, I'm going to start wearing it. So today, believe it or not, I have a gold chain, gold earrings, and a gold necklace. And it's sort of like,
crazy.
I know. And I just thought there's that Christ consciousness coming in. It's that divineness. And I'm really connecting to this sense of wholeness. So, if I had a dream like that, I'd be thrilled.
Yeah, me too.
Because I feel there's a connection coming in. It's making you realise that you're just not what you first appear to be. It's much greater and bigger, and it's a beautiful coming together of self.
I agree with that. And the gold, definitely for me, that's Christ consciousness, and it's spiritual, which is beautiful. And all over the beach now, beach, remember, is the how do we say this? It's like the link between the superconscious going into a whole nother realm, into the spiritual. And the fact that you're viewing it from a low view to the ground means that you've actually got your feet on the ground with this. It's grounding in for you. And I love that those waves were gentle, because that's emotions. Our waves are emotional, and gentle means that this is really being brought through for you in such a gentle way. So it's not going to smash you and knock you out and get so you're tired and all the rest of it. And then a male hand. Now, remember the gold aspect to me when I look at gold, the silver's feminine, the silver's the left side, the intuition, the moon. The masculine is the gold side, the right-hand side of our body. So your masculine tried to pick up a large chunk deeper in the sand. So I feel that I'm getting goosebumps now. I feel you're actually going to go deeper into this aspect of Christ consciousness. And the fact that you live on the Gold Coast, if you're comfortable here, then you're in the right spot, or you wouldn't be having dreams like this. So that's just me and how I picked it up. So
that's a great analysis, actually. It's so, and when with that dream, you sort of by putting your ideas down of what you thought it meant, it's like all roads will lead to the one destination. So even if later on you reflect back on something, if Marie hadn't even said anything and you start to reflect more into it, things will start coming into your consciousness, and that'll be a next step. And even though you don't know necessarily where it's going, it eventually finds its way back to exactly where it should, because you'll still get the messages. They'll keep coming in.
And that's why I think it's really beautiful to do just even a little meditation on a dream that you've had, because things will pop in. And then through the day, I always ask for messages, whether it's from nature or wherever. And you do, and you go, you know, like a butterfly might fly right past your nose. And I'm up on my balcony. I go, I haven't had a butterfly up here this close for so long. So it's a transformation. So you get your messages in the most beautiful ways. So that's what I would start doing, Christine. And I'm really impressed you've remembered it. So as well. So, you know, I'm just getting a couple of cards. This is really interesting because you've got the Four of Cups. This is when something's being offered to us, but we're not quite sure what we want. So, which is really sensational. And then the Eight of Cups. So this is walking away from something. So I feel like something's really finished for you on an emotional level, and it was interesting that the waves and the water was really gentle coming onto that beach, or that link between us here and the super. Ace of Swords. Perfect. That to me is a big yes. And you will actually get more and more knowing about what your story is and who you are. So I feel you've really left something behind. But it's beautiful. Oh, it's so beautiful. The energy that's coming in as we're talking.
Yeah, I feel that now too.
So Christine, I'd love to know if you're feeling that. Oh, it's beautiful and it's so grounded. I can feel it all through my legs. It's opening up here. Oh, and it's almost like this new space is going to come in through your heart, and you're going to feel this much deeper emotion. So that's just what I'm feeling intuitively with it as well. But yeah. So Nick, anything else?
I just feel that my dream I had this week is very much connected to that same thing. Very much understanding that. Yeah.
Okay.
So I think it's beautiful. Yeah.
So which is amazing. So wow, we've got Marie's on, Kibu's on. Hi guys. I think I said Kathleen was on. Yeah, so nice to see you all here. We love you.
Hi everyone.
So, and if any of you have any thoughts or things that come through when we're discussing these dreams, pop them into the comments. You're never wrong. Ever. Never wrong. So so which is awesome. So so Christine got some clarity. Yeah, that's beautiful. But Christine, the reason you're starting to remember them is, I feel, because you're actually opening up to getting more and more of these messages, and you're going to start being able to decode them yourself as well.
Yeah.
Go girl.
That's the exciting bit, isn't it? And it's like
and now we're going to do Lady Hawk's dream, but just before we start, I just wanted to give you guys an update. Now, if you were on before, you watched the show last week, I had that amazing dream with that person, and I really loved what you said about that as well, Nick, the technician, the energy technician that came in and I could feel that frequency going through my body in my dream and see the colors on the device, and then all of that weird stuff happened. But then it was just after my second friend that I went to the funeral of. It was the next night after that. I had this dream that I was I could see my bedroom, and I looked up at the ceiling and I went, hey, that's weird. It looks like a manhole up there. And it was one of those rosettes, you know, those things in the roof. And it had sort of been pushed aside. And I went, I'm going to go and have a look. So I got up there and I put my head in, and there was a whole nother room, beautiful, bright room that opened up above my bedroom. And I was going, I could put more beds in here. This is amazing. I didn't even know it was here. So what do you think that means, Nick? Put it in the comments.
Well, it's like going in the elevator, isn't it? You know, you're going up higher and higher into that world that is beyond what we think we are. And I love how you put the practicality of it, though. That's bringing up, that's the connection from the spirit to our bodies. You know, I feel it's all tying in so beautifully together. It's because it doesn't start at the bottom at our root chakra, then go up to the top up here, the crown, the soul star, etc. It comes back around, it links together. So I loved how you brought that back into going, I can see another room I could use, which is like the grounding aspect. But actual fact, it's just getting more and more clearer about, that's connection.
It was so in another space that I hadn't tapped into before, and it was just white, which to me is the purity, and it was spacious, and it was extra space, and that's how I felt after that second, celebration of life with that other friend. And it was like, wow, I've been on a big journey, and this is almost like a reward. Is you have this beautiful expansion is what
Yeah.
I get through here through
Yeah.
those higher chakras, and yeah, it was
And
amazing.
the more you go up there, the less filters and levels and layers that you need to put onto things. It's just sort of like that. That's what you mean about that space.
Yeah, it's space. You can feel it. It's just
Mm.
beautiful, and it's like I remember when my heart first started doing that. I was kind of got all this space. It just you literally feel the space. It's amazing.
Mm.
That's the
Mm.
expansion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is, isn't it?
Wow. So thank you. But hi, Dennis. So nice to have you on, and you can listen away, my love. And I'm going to say it for you: ice cream. All right. So, Lady Hawk, it's your turn. And so Lady Hawk, as Nick reads through this and as we talk about it, can you also? I know you've given me a little bit of stuff on your comments, but I want you to actually be able to put in a few things as well that you get. All right. So, and trust yourself, whatever it is you get. So, yeah, let me just double check things. Okay. So, Lady Hawk's dream.
I had a dream I had the same dream 3 times in a row last night. It was about cloth fibers shown to me a very microscopic scale, and it showed me each individual strand and a pattern within the fibers, mostly in black and white. And I saw several patterns that they were talking about. I saw the differences and heard see the patterns. The dream repeated again with the same exact patterns. The third time I had the dream, I saw the fibers and heard them say, "See the pattern." I asked what they meant, a voice, not my voice. Tell them it is code for the location. They have to look at the fibers. They were very insistent that I do this.
Now I'm going to pop Lady Hawk's comments up after that so that then we can decode. So let's have a look and see.
I have no clue who I'm supposed to tell this or what this location is being talked about. I think the fabric was linen. I remember watching a movie a long time ago about a textile factory that they used the fabric they manufactured to tell the future to get some kind of information. Any irregularity was calculated and they decoded it somehow, and this secret organization do stuff with that information. That is all I can think about. The movie may be wanted. I'll try and find it. I may try and sketch the patterns. Good idea.
What an amazing dream. 3 times.
Yeah.
3 times in one night. And Lady Hawk was saying she's never had that before. So 3 is spiritual, honey, straight up. All right. So 3 times is spiritual dreams. So we've got to take note of this one. And yeah, so it's fascinating. So if anyone wants to put up anything, put it in the comments, because we love it. Different perspectives gives us all a much bigger picture. So, here we go. This is interesting. I'm just going to pop this up. From Angel Laurie.
Yeah, so Laurie's saying it feels like Lady Hawk was viewing her own timelines.
Oh, I like that one. Ooh.
Yeah.
So, yay. Gosh, we've got a few people on. This is awesome. We've got
Yeah, hi everyone.
Kathy's on. Yeah, that's awesome. Hi. Okay, so let's go back and start from the beginning. So, a cloth fiber in a microscopic scale. Straight away, what are you getting with that?
So, I mean, I saw that microscopic scale. I saw the picture of it straight away. I could have visualized it in myself, and then I actually saw that there's this overlapping pattern within patterns on it as well. And so, as soon as I see anything that is, because it's microscopic, the word is, you're really starting to hone in. You're getting the true focus coming into you now. You're still understanding where it's coming from, which is the full fabric. But as you start going in further and further and further, it's like that infinity. It just keeps going and going and going, and you can zoom in closer. So you're zooming in on something here. That's the first thing I would start thinking about.
Yeah, and I agree with that. And it was so interesting. My head is burning right now, I have to say. So there's something coming through. I actually got DNA straight away.
Yeah, there's a code there for sure.
There's a code in there as well as your patterning. So, and the patterning can be, like you said, layers. And remember, I feel that our souls chose to come into this lifetime because we had the capability, we'd already mastered so many other gifts, talents, aspects in other lifetimes that we could bring that through now in this lifetime. And I feel that we are helping our lineage in so many ways. We're helping to clear these patterns. We're helping to understand them. Oh, I just had what I'm getting is that this definitely needs you to sit and meditate with it and call in your lineage. Call in all of your lineage. Allow them all, to your ancestors, your whatever, bring them through, because I feel that there's something here that is almost going to be unwoven and it's timeless. And like you said, it's about a message in time. I don't know. That's just what I'm getting. So yeah. So sorry. Keep going. You keep going, Nick. That was just came to me.
Yeah, so with the fabric as well, the fabric is it's like the fabric of our life is who we are, and all the things that every strand is an experience that comes through, and it's all interwoven together. And that, every fabric, if somebody hand makes or weaves something or knits it, or it doesn't matter how they're producing it, that's unique to them. That the tension is different, the choice of fibers, the patterning in it. So I think you're stepping into seeing your own patterns, and maybe when we see a pattern, we think of geometry, and we think of this beautiful creation that's so well organized and structured and constructed, and it's built on many things, many experiences. Whenever I get coding myself, there's a sense of this is actually, it's like someone in and cleaning your house. And the house is so neat and tidy now, and you just feel good because of it.
Yeah. That I love that. That's amazing. And the fact that you're actually audibly told to see the patterns, I think that's really powerful. And I would say that's definitely your divine self giving you the messages. And so it's really interesting. And then you're told again to see the pattern. And a code for the location. So again, as Nick was saying, I feel this is also a code for within our DNA, within our experiences, within the levels. It's like you'll find it, and it's really fascinating because I've pulled some cards for you as well. And the Queen of Cups has come up. Now, she's a very powerful emotional aspect of us, and she contemplates her emotional self, and she sometimes can be sad. So I don't know if you've been going through that a little bit in your life, like what we call real life here. But that's what I'm feeling has maybe gone on. But something's going to shift really quickly because you got the Eight of Wands. So that means that something that's happening is going to shift very quickly. And there's something that's hidden and it will be shown to you. But that Four of Swords tells me that something's actually is still hidden. It's deep, which is what you're being shown. Look at the patterns, but it will come up to show itself. But that's what it's deep is what I'm getting. So, and it's nearly finished. So yeah, I don't know if that makes any sense to you either with those cards. So yeah, if anyone's got any other ideas, because I think it's an amazing dream.
There's so much in that, actually. I mean, even the patterning, a pattern.
Yeah.
The repetition of something that probably do we need to undo or change, or, what created that pattern?
Yeah.
And how is it serving us? And can we change it? Do we need to change it? This is where you said, Marie, meditating on it will give you much, much more clarity.
Which is fantastic, because Lady Hawk's just said that she's been sick and forced to stop, and it's so true. And it's that releasing, which is that Queen of Cups. It's actually, to me, being sick is actually helping to release toxins and grief, whatever it is that we need to relieve. And so sitting out in the sun and thinking about things, it's beautiful, and just do more of that and really have the intention of allowing it to come up to be released, literally. So let's have a look. Of course.
Oh yes, as an artist I see all the patterns, and a saying of mine is beauty is in the details. Yes, it's so true.
So your divine self, your subconscious knows that's how you work. So what is it giving you? It's giving you a very clear message, the way that you could receive it, which is beautiful. So yeah, so I hope that helps you. But I would just keep meditating on that and just allowing. Sometimes I do a little process. This may help you, Lady Hawk. I just go into my heart, open my heart, bring white light down through into my solar plexus, and then I drop really deeply into my being. And then I ask that aspect of me, I ask that pattern, I ask whatever it is that's going on to come up, to show itself to me or to express itself to me. And then I just thank it for being there. I love it. It's usually protected me for some reason. And I ask it if it has a message or if it needs to express something. And it might come through as a color, a shape for you. It might be something that's arty. It might be a feeling. Doesn't matter. And then once we've done that, I just say to it, look, you've worked so hard. It's time to have a holiday. And then is that okay? And it usually goes, yes. And then I just ask God to come in and to release that aspect to wherever it needs to go. And then whatever needs to come back through to replace that, if there's anything at all. And just doing something that simple with that intention and connecting our beautiful divine aspect or God or whatever you want to call it in, to me, that's true prayer. That's actually true prayer. So I would do something like that, Lady Hawk. That's just what I'm feeling. So, yeah, just an idea. Oh,
Beautiful.
You did that.
Oh, I did that today.
Oh, love it. So, yeah, but it's beautiful. They know the work we're doing. Sometimes we feel like we might have run over 16 Chinamen in our lifetime to get all this stuff going on. But we're doing it for our whole lineage, I feel. We're doing it for other planets, for other places, other realms. So, yeah, so be kind to ourselves, yeah? So thank you for sharing that with us. I think that's really beautiful.
And it's very powerful when you get them in a pattern form, in a coding or a symbology. I feel that sometimes you just have faith, not faith, but it's actually doing something physically to you to help you release.
Completely.
And can I just add, Marie, like when you say meditate on it, when I use that word as well, you don't have to sit there cross-legged and be, sitting there with your fingers touching. It's more of just like daydreaming almost, where you just sit there and you try to stop all the outside noise and listen to the signal coming in. And that's where you'll get these little insights and you'll think, oh, where did that come from? But you just got to trust that what you're being given is actually exactly what you need. And then take that.
Yeah. Look, I love that because it doesn't have to be hard work. People go, I can't meditate. Yeah. Do you think? Do you sit there and feel? Do you like exactly what you said, Nick? Do you daydream? And you just do it with a little bit more intention.
Yeah.
That's almost like an active meditation. So yeah, we should maybe kick that word meditation out.
Yeah. It puts a lot of pressure on people because they say, oh, I can't meditate, I can't focus. You do, because in order for you to do every activity in your day, you have to be focused on something to get it done. So that, as Marie said, focus and set the intention of what it is that you need to understand. And you get given, and now more than ever, you're being given those messages.
Absolutely. And, I think Kathleen said it beautifully as well.
This is so cool, Marie, about the grounding. I've been grounding outside lately and having the most beautiful energy coming up from the earth. Very powerful.
Spot on.
Yes.
Absolutely. So, okay, so Kibu's got a dream as well. Let's go on to that one. Is there anything else you want to say about that last dream, or you're okay? Yeah.
So, question about dreams. I have a staff under me in the dream. A staff under me in the dream. In reality, I don't.
Does that mean staff?
People staff.
Yeah,
I have staff under me in the dream. In reality, I don't. She brought a case to me printed on paper instead of sending via email, apparently by someone she knows, like a cousin or something. I can't see this staff's face in my dream. When I told her, ask her cousin to send me the case via email for me to investigate because it's too strange in this modern time, and sent in a case via papers.
Interesting.
And the case was in no way related to me or anybody in my team. Seems like to ask me to be liable on an expense or cost due to misconduct or mistakes. Afterwards, I find myself commuting on a commuter train. I was standing because the train was full and I heard two people behind me talking about the case. I found out that one of them is the cousin.
Love it.
She said, now the problem is no longer my problem. Now it is their problem since I already passed it on to her. She knew I was in front of her and intentionally talked about the case within my earshot. I turned and said, actually, no, you can't pass this case to me. I cannot see how this case is related to me. I only take care of 7 people, and this person is not one of them. You should do your job better. And after that, I woke up. That is so strange. I saw her face clearly, and I don't know who she is. I think I'm not going to forget that face. Help me to decode this dream, please. Thank you.
Wow. Wowza. So there's a few, if we look at the archetypes of symbology, there's a few that stand out straight away. So paper, and not doing it via internet, it was actually real, something tangible. So what's your take on that one, Nick? I'm going to look. Now, if anyone wants to start learning about their own symbology, you can use the Betty Bethard's The Dream Book, obviously. This is my go-to fave, to help you to just start to correlate, some messages. So
well, it's interesting because with you talking about like you've st staff under you, remember you're seeing this dream from your perspective. What does that mean? I mean, is it a part of you that you're seeing in yourself?
Yeah.
So without sort of putting my intention on what I believe it to be, I'm just going to start working through how I start questioning this sort of dream. Yeah. And then I think, what's the case? Is it a case, the case itself, what does that represent in terms of an object as well as the term, the concept of it? And which, I mean, they're probably very closely related. And what does that mean to you? Also, where you stand in all of this, how you were feeling while you were having this dream, like, it's pushing back as well against something, and also maybe starting to distance yourself on purpose because you're in control of that. So I would flesh out my dream because there's quite a lot of complexity in that. It sort of moved into 3 stages almost. That, getting on the train, it was a train, wasn't it? Yeah. Yes. Getting on the train. I get trains all the time in my dreams. It's a common thing, which is, moving into a place, going forward to somewhere, a destination, where you're heading to. And so, you're breaking into all of those concepts, all of those words. And then when you start to put them together and you write them down, and as you're writing, you start even getting insights by physically putting that onto paper. That's why I always encourage people to write down what their dreams are and then start interpreting it as they're writing, just a quick word off to the side. Yeah. And then you start to put, because, I mean, I see these dreams now and I can go, I feel like I can do a big hover view and get an overall feeling of it. But to do that, I had to really start breaking down individual words, concepts first for me to do that. So what did you look up, Marie, in the book?
Yeah, I think that's fabulous as a reminder. With a dream, break it down or it's too overwhelming. It's almost like we do have to go up and have like a broader perspective at the whole thing. So what I would take is absolutely what Nick was saying. I would take out the really important things. So the numbers are always important. So the number 7. So let's look up number 7. I mean, I know for me what it means, but I think this is just a really good way to help people to start, as Nick said, to break it down, write it down. So number 7 is a mystical number marking beginnings and endings, cyclic periods for growth and development, 7 chakras, 7 days to create the world, 7 heavens, every 7 years is death and rebirth cycle. So I would say you are going through a bit of a clean out because when we look at the other thing I looked at was train. So if in the engine, there's tremendous power to accomplish your goals. So no, you weren't in the engine. If a passenger train, which is what it was, you're carrying many people, pulling them along, which may be an unnecessary weight. If freight train, you are moving with a heavy load. I feel maybe this is aspects of yourself, though, that it's time to actually have a clear out because you're going through a cycle, being 7. And paper. I looked up paper because that's really important as well. So the paper was all about having a means for self-expression, writing. If strewn about implies get organised. But the fact it was in a case, maybe there's something that you haven't actually expressed that's an important case for you. So that's again where I would go in and just have some daydream contemplative time and sort of think, where did I miss that? What is it that I maybe need to express about that is holding me back or making it a little bit life a little bit more cluttered than it needs to be. So they're just the start of things I would start writing down. And the fact that modern times you send emails, it's all electronic. Do you need to start journaling? Is it that simple? That do you journal, Kibu?
Yeah.
That's what I would like to know.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, so you know, that's but yeah, the fact that you did push back, and I think that's true as well, because that's just come up from Lady Hawk. So those that are dumping on you. So what aspects of you are also dumping on? Have you been putting on yourself that you don't need anymore? So that's another way to look at it. So it's both ways. So yeah, so Kibu, I'd love to know if you have been finding that you're putting up better boundaries, or that you're understanding what your needs are more. There's just some things. So yeah, I love it. So anything else, Nick, that you are?
I just want to point out that when you were talking about the concept of just the train, it has so many different meanings. And really, if you even get presented with those meanings, you have to work out for yourself where you sit with that. What it feels like, what feels right for you. And it's really one of the easiest things to do. It's sort of saying, if I gave you 3 choices, pick 1, 2, or 3, but which door do you want to go through? You sort of go straight away with the intuition, and you'll pick whatever door, say it's door number 3. And then you sort of think, okay, yeah, this felt really right. And you're not even interested in door 1 or 2. But sometimes you think, I really want to peek behind door 2 now and see what that's got to offer. And it may be that it's giving you some more clarity again. And, this is how we weave our way through our understanding of our dreams. And as you start teaching yourself this process, it'll reinforce it more and more and more, knowing that, because that is a clear out dream. You're trying to definitely set boundaries, but with setting boundaries at the same time, you're pushing all the clutter away, because I don't need to deal with that. That's not mine. And I think we're all learning to do that. We're all learning, because what happens is we spend so much time trying to fix everybody out there, or the world, when really we haven't really concentrated on fixing this. And that was my overall message that I was getting from that. And it's not a bad thing. It's a wonderful thing, because it actually means that you are moving in that right direction.
Correct. I agree with you. And it's interesting because I pulled some cards as well as you were talking, which is, I think this is something that I've been getting as well, even in that last week, is, Marie, it doesn't matter. Let everybody have their own experience. And as you were saying earlier, Nick, but what's your reaction and why? What's going on that you're reacting to this? It's fine to feel it. It's fine to have that emotion. Let's go deeper. So, yeah. So what I got for you with that, Kibu, because the 5 of Wands to me is when there's something going on that's creating a bit of chaos. The 5 of Wands is taking action for change, but you can see there's a little bit of a tussle going on. And that's sort of what was going on in your dream as well. And then we've got the 3 of Swords. So this actually could have caused you a little bit of grief, pain. Why would they do that? No, it's not, this is that 3 of Swords is the mind that creates that little bit of heartbreak. But I feel you're actually on track, because you've got the Ace of Pentacles. So this is creating that beautiful reality that is perfect for you. I love the Ace of Pentacles as a card coming in. So just trust that you're doing great, whatever it is. Yeah. So, wow. So there you go. So I think that's that's quite a as Nick said, that is quite an involved dream, but you break it down and it makes a lot of sense. So, and there could be something else that comes to you that you miss. Like some people say, it takes days to get some insight into things. So yeah. Oh, here we go. So this is beautiful feedback.
Kibu said, yes, I'm trying to set up boundaries since I moved to a new department. It wasn't easy, but it is, I don't know what that means. A work in progress.
Oh, well done. I didn't know what it meant either.
Journaling. I'm not very consistent, because I feel like reliving my sadness when I read it.
And that's all that's come through.
Right.
But that's okay. Sometimes it depends what your intention is. So sometimes writing it down helps to release it from the physical body. It depends if it works for you, that's great. The other thing you could do is write down what you love, what brings you joy, how does it feel? So you don't always have to also write down, when it's painful, you don't have to always just write down things that are sad or negative. What do you love the most in life? Is it the sunset on a beach? Is it being with dogs or cats? Or is it just being around trees or friends you love? What is your feeling you get? How does your body feel? What happens to your body? That to me. And then imagine reading that and going, wow, and you're instantly going to be back in that beautiful high frequency. So that maybe will work better for you, Kipu, just a thought. And so yes, you can write to release, but maybe we should burn those. Write it out for you, burn it, then write down what you love. Just a suggestion.
And maybe it's almost like your reaction or your comment there is very much reflected about that dream you just had as well. You just talked about a dream about setting up boundaries, and it's almost like rather than going into that same pattern of I'm going to be triggered if I write it down because it'll make me feel this way, blah, blah, blah. You know what Marie said, look at it differently. Start realizing, put the boundaries that you had in that dream in your real life as well. So I don't need to be affected by what's happening to me through this strong emotional feeling. It's just happening, and have absolute trust that you're meant to be in the position you're meant to be in for a reason. You may not see it yet, but it will always have a purpose.
Yeah, and I'm vaguely remembering now as well, Kibu, that you went through all of that, and you waited for so long to shift because you were looking after a next manager. There was a lot going on for you. You're very loyal. So the beautiful card that came up for you is the World card. So this is definitely something new's coming through for you. You're going to have a bigger picture. You're going to this is a joy card. So it's spot on to exactly what Nick was talking about. And we don't have to go back to that trigger of the emotion that causes that. It's like, where's your trigger of joy? Every time you maybe see your cup or you have a cup of tea at work, joy, things like that. Start to find your joy points.
Exactly.
I love it. So that's
we're really being challenged with this at the moment. We're getting down to the pointy end, as I say, and where the fine details are coming in for us to really like, all right, okay, this one needs more attention. I just make a joke of it sometimes, and I just think, oh, okay, all right, what are you trying to do for me here? Okay, I get it, yeah. And the more you treat it that way, that's where you're lifting yourself up out of that denseness of the emotions getting to me. And if you can laugh at things, try every reason to laugh. That is so not important right now, like you would to someone else who was, that you imagine speaking to a 13-year-old that had their first crush on somebody and that person doesn't like them anymore or is not in their life and they're devastated, and you're looking at as a grown-up and an adult looking at going, what are you worried about? you know?
Because we've been through it. You've been through it. You survived it. You're still here.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I'd survive that.
But
so,
our dreams are testing us right now, and I'm not immune from it. I sort of go, I don't want to do this. Or do I have to? And then you think, all right, well, no, actually I do. And now I feel better that I have addressed that.
Yeah, exactly. So
nothing to do anymore.
You are doing great, and you're doing this is your soul's put yourself in this situation because this is how you're going to learn and experience and expand. So it's perfect. So you're doing great. So be really kind to yourself as well. Yeah. So because I know your loyalty.
I like how she said that writing things about good things that happen today, and that's gratitude. And that's where it comes back to you.
I love
it. Good things are coming.
Yeah, and I mean, I do a lot of gratitude, but at the moment I realized how powerful it was when I was going through that solar plexus big shift, and I knew it was there was a lot going on, and I was going, I don't get this horrible feeling. It feels like anxiety. I said, I don't get this, and I just didn't know what to do with it. And then I got the message, go into gratitude. So I did. I just was driving my car. I went, oh, I love my car. I'm so grateful for this beautiful car. I'm so grateful I've got hands to hold my steering wheel. I'm so grateful I've got a revision mirror. How amazing is that? I went into everything I could think of. Literally within about 3 minutes of this rave on gratitude, the feeling just went. It shifted something. It shifted my frequency. So do a rave on gratitude and see if it helps you and you're feeling weird or anxious or out of sorts or whatever.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I just couldn't believe it. I went, wow, this stuff actually works. So, yeah. Oh, and hi, Maple Tree. Nice to have you on. Okay, so Kibu. Okay, this is great.
Yes, we did the 888 reading and dream reading, which both decided as a big shift. I'm adjusting to it, kind of, ha ha ha. And it wasn't easy. The 7 years of cycle makes sense too. Yeah.
Good. That's beautiful. So, and this is why, when we do, actually, maybe we should do a little reading now. I haven't done one for ages, and we'll get Nick in as well. But sometimes, when we say we're just going to use our intuition to pick whoever it is that might need the reading at the time, it's always perfect, and yeah, I don't know why that person has got the reading, but then it will come through for them at some level. And we'll do Maple Tree's question in a minute, but we've got time today. Should we do a quick, if someone would like a bit of a reading or a hit, just put in, I don't know, whatever, 888, we can do the 888 because people know that one. So I'm going to give it a few minutes. Actually, I'm going to answer Maple Tree's question while people are putting in 888 if they'd like a little reading from cards, Jasper, whatever, and Nick, because we've got our Nick too here. So throw them in there. And okay, so Maple Tree's asked, oops, sorry, wrong one. Where are we? Yeah.
I have a question. Is the crown better than the third eye to perceive and interact with other worlds and dimensions?
So Maple Tree, that's a really interesting question. They work together from my understanding. They're very much related. And then there's also other chakras, like there's our causal chakra. Now that one specifically, I always see it as a paley blue color. That is what interacts with other dimensions, with angels, angelic beings. So they all work together. I don't see one as being different to the other. And the other thing is, it depends individually on whether we have deliberately put in blocks and things so that we have to achieve. It's like a video game. You have to get to a certain level before that block can be taken away, and then you keep going. So everyone has such an individual aspect that I've had friends whose third eye was so blocked, and yet they could talk with their divine higher self and get the most amazing messages through the crown. So it just depends. Yeah. What are your thoughts, Nick?
Oh, totally agree. You can't break it up. I mean, it's like, what part of the body do you want to chop off? We'd rather be whole. So they don't work independently of each other. I know that we give. No. The whole idea is to be in alignment. Yeah. So, and I have my thoughts about the whole chakra system as well. I feel like there's some change that's going on with that. Not only are we aware of so many more of them, which makes me think, well, we're making baby steps into our knowing. And I just feel that there's something much greater there, which is more that light feeling. Yeah. And I know it's a bit off center here, but I was talking about this last night at dinner. But when I go to bed sometimes, and I will lie there, and if I feel a little bit cold initially, just to get my body warmed up before I go to sleep, I'll just grab a little blanket, just put it just near the top of my head here, and I'm in complete darkness. And if I rub my eye, I see light coming out of it.
Yep.
The room is completely pitch black.
Yep.
But I see the light, and I'm thinking, that's my light. Yeah. I am the light. Beautiful. And so those chakras represent colours that are all come together, and that's white light when you put the colours of light together. So, yes, I think it's important. I use this as a focus point sometimes, as a touch point to help me, to get me out of that, to bring me back into myself. I'll find a part of my body that does that. And it could be any part that you feel driven to go to. So don't try to sort of define things too much sometimes and put pressure on yourself. You know, I'm really interested why Maple Trees asked the question.
Yeah.
What stimulated this?
It's brought that up. So no, I think that's a good question. But meanwhile, while if Maple Tree wants to put that on there as well, do you want to just pick? You can randomly pick whoever you think is.
We've got a few 8/8s there.
Yeah. Have a
Yeah,
look.
and it was funny. I even saw this name before anyone put it there. It was Marie.
Oh, Marie. Hey, Marie.
It's not everyone else. It was just for some reason.
And that's what it is. That's why I thought I knew you hadn't seen them, so I thought I'll let you do it because I've seen them. So, all right. So Marie. So what I'm going to do. So for anyone watching later, obviously 888 is not going to work at this stage. You'll have to jump on the lives with us. But so Marie, what I do is I just go through into my divine self and I just ask for connection through into your divine aspect. Oh, wow. And then I just sort of get a little bit of an image or idea as to what's happening with you. And then I'll pop some cards out. So that often gives us a nice picture, correlates with what I've actually been seeing and feeling. And then I'll also, Nick, I'll get you to, once I've had a bit of a, I'll get you to also see what you're picking up because it's really nice. We can often get such a different perspective, which helps to bring things in. So, yeah, wow. Beautiful. Okay, let's just pull a couple of cards for you, Marie. Okay. Yeah. Perfect. Okay, that one. I love it. I love it when a plan comes together with our random cards and what we can see and perceive within the energetic field. It's beautiful. I love it. Okay, so the first card that came up for you, Marie, is the Wheel of Fortune. So this is about you moving into a new way of being, a new state of being. For you, it's perfect cycle. Again, that cycle's coming up. But what I'm getting for you when I tuned in, I just saw this white light literally streaming down through your crown chakra from above all the way through the middle of your whole being. And there's some work being done around the oversoul, like my crown again. It's really quite tender. So I don't know if you've actually been feeling, if you've even felt the top of your head and noticed if there's a little bit sore or if there's anything going on there, but you've definitely got this light just streaming through you. Then you've got the Fool. So the Fool is new beginnings, and look at that beautiful white sun up there, and all the white in there. It's almost like it's time for you to step off and just have faith that things are going to work out. Four of Swords has come up again, and I know this is when things are hidden that you don't know about, but that Fool card is telling you, and that they're both major arcanas, and your Wheel of Fortune is telling you it's time. It's actually time, even if it's still hidden from you, which can be a bit gnarly. It's time. It's like you are strong, and you are really connected spiritually. So just, what else? I'll do one more card for you. Yeah, so emotionally, don't let your emotions get the better of you. And doesn't matter if something's hidden. Again, that King of Cups tells me that you are a master of your emotions. Just don't let the hidden stuff get you off balance because you are so, so strong and so powerful is what I'm getting. So what are you getting, Nick? Anything?
Oh, yeah, I've frozen. I think I've frozen to
That's
you.
right, we can hear you, though. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I think it actually might be my computer is needs to be emptied out a bit. Yeah, this white light. I mean, at first I felt quite.
Look, now we've lost your sound. So, Nick, you may need to go out and come back in again if you can hear me. So, because we were just at the exciting bit.
Emotional.
When
you started doing.
Did you know that? So you need to go back to where you
might be a problem, actually.
Yeah, I think you need to go out and come back in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I will do that.
I'll try. Yeah.
If not, I'm going to try my phone. Yeah.
Okay, sweet as. All right. Oh, it's Marie, that's a bit, it's funny, isn't it, when you're like just waiting for those words. So, but yeah, I'd love to know what yours is. Dennis, you are very funny. So, okay. So Christine, you feel like all chakras work together, and we are light. We are light. Subatomically, there's space and it's light. Light is what we are made of. So, yeah. Oh, Trigel, hello, darling. Yeah, it's all right. You can go back and watch the show afterwards. It's nice to even have you on. Okay, so Dennis, you got a word in. 333. That's half of 888. You are a very funny man. That's all I'm going to say. And yes, ice cream. I love it. Okay, so Lady Hawk would like to hear from Jasper about the energy sense eclipse. All right, let's have a little tune in with Jasper. That's a great idea. Jazzy, hello. He's just said to me, I'm busy. What are you busy doing? Oh, okay. This is so interesting. He's connecting with somebody. I don't know who, but Jasper is, yeah, he's working with someone on another level. Jazzy, can we have you back? Would that be all right just for now? Or you can multitask, of course. You can multitask. Okay. So I'm just going to tune in to Jasper. Okay, Jasper, can you just show us what's going on? Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, this is making sense. He is showing me us walking around literally what Nick has just said before about being the light. We are absolutely divine light, and it's just almost exploding from us. We may not see it because we've actually become used to it, but we are walking light beings, and it's really starting to come through now. So our energy, yeah, as we walk past people or around or into situations or rooms or whatever, our energy will actually really be impacting people. So you might find you get some strange reactions. You may find that people get a little bit triggered by being around you just because of your frequency and light. It's going, yeah, we are really holding that light now. And that's probably why I ended up seeing Marie with that light just going straight through her. Amazing. Anything else, Jasper? He said the more we take ownership of that divine light, then the more, of course, that we remember and be that. So really own it. That's what Jasper's saying for us at the moment. We are the light. That's, yeah. And there was something else that was coming through then too. Thank you, Jasper. That's really helpful. And Nick's trying to get on, but she's having a few issues. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, so there you go. So that's from Jasper. So if Nick can't get back on, I think we might go now anyway. It's nearly an hour. And yeah, I can't see her coming up. But it's so lovely to spend this time with you all. Honestly, it's so lovely. It feels like I'm just with family. So thank you guys. And again, if you want to pop on, if you've got a dream, you can email it to me, but come on, and we can talk through the dream together. That would be amazing. Or an experience you've had, something synchronistic. So yeah, but I'll see you tomorrow. I'm back tomorrow with Elisa, and otherwise we will see you next week. Have a beautiful week. Stay light, and we will talk to you then. Okay.